Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to make lots of chicken wings, which are simple and tasty and don't cost much. These are the chicken wings here. What I have here is two types of sauce. We're going to make two types of chicken wings. On the left hand side is aged hot pepper sauce. This is typical sauce for chicken wings, and I just use an off-brand label because it's cheaper. And on the right is some regular barbecue sauce. So we're going to use both of these to make really good chicken wings. You can use whatever sauce you happen to have available where you live. What I have here is a gas grill. I guess you can use charcoal too, but just for convenience I'm using gas. So what I have now is a nice hot grill, and it's been cleaned. So what you need to do when you make chicken wings is you have to experiment and see how your grill works, because they're all different, and you have to find out which one, what temperature cooks them the best. I would start off on medium and then move towards high, and then you can see where to grill. So most barbecues have spots on them, which are hot spots and cold spots. So because of this, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the chicken wings around all over the place to make sure they get evenly done, and then some of them aren't done way before the others. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all these chicken wings, which is a big bowl of them, and I'm going to put them on the grill. Like that, and then we're going to start cooking them. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving the chicken wings around on the grill so they can all start to cook. And then I just watch them. Now I'm going to switch to another tool here. I'm going to use these tongs to arrange them. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking this spatula and I'm making sure that they don't stick. So I'm just going underneath like that a little bit to start to move them around a little bit. And the idea is so that they start to cook. And at first they're a little sticky, and then afterwards they get a lot better once they've been cooked for a little while. So you can see they're already starting to cook a little bit. So what I'm doing now is I just keep taking the spatula and I just keep moving it around. And the grill is on fairly hot, and as you can see, because these chicken wings they're very fatty, so there's a lot of risk of a fat fire. So make sure your barbecue is cleaned out, and you just keep moving them around so that they don't burn. I found this is the easiest way to do it. This is takes the least labor. Okay, other shot? Yeah. So see the wings are just being moved all the time. And it's a lot of smoke, and you just have to watch out. If there's a flare-up, then you take them all off with the tongs and have a container ready beside the barbecue to stop it all from burning and losing your whole batch. But when you make the wings this way, they're a lot cheaper. I have over 100 wings on here, and normally wings cost about $1 a wing sometimes. This way they're much cheaper to produce, which is great if you're having a party. Okay, look, I have a fat fire here, so now what I do is I turn it all off, and now I take this stuff off. I quickly take them off. because they're going to burn. Like that. Just be careful. Yeah, that's right. And then we'll let the fat fire burn out. That's why I have nice long-handled tongs, so I don't really care if there's a lot of flame. It doesn't do much to me. We'll do it the quick way now. Good. Shovel them in here. And that fat fire just comes from all the fat from the wings burning off. It's a lot of fat. It happens almost every time. Okay, so now I have all of the wings off almost. I just have the aluminum foil container on the grill because it doesn't burn from the bottom. I don't care if the flames hit it from the bottom. And I have the grill turned off, and now I just let the fire burn out. And then once it's burned out, once the fat has been burned out, then I can start grilling again. Because for a fire you have to have oxygen, fuel, and heat. So once the fuel is used up, then the grill is almost ready to go again. So that was exciting. Just watch, because this is hot, so ideally you should have gloves. Some leather gloves. Okay. So these are the partially done wings now, and we're just letting the grill burn off. And then I'm going to stick them on and keep working at them. That was exciting. There they are at this point. This is how they look now. So what I'm doing now is after the fat fire is burned off, my chicken wings are still in good shape. Now I stick them back on the grill and keep roasting them with very little loss. So there we go again. Just keep on roasting them. And by now they're starting to look a little bit done. You have to wait until the meat is almost falling off the bone, and you check a couple with a knife, poke a knife into them, and make sure that they're done. So I know these aren't done yet. When you take something off of a stove, it still keeps on cooking even when it's hot. So you have it a tiny bit underdone. By this point, these wings are much closer to being done, so they're a lot better cooked now. And what I just do is I keep moving them around. Now comes the time where I have to flavor them. So I've cooked them now, and now I have to give them a flavor. I like to wear wool just because in case there's a flare-up, wool doesn't burn very well, and I like to wear safety glasses and gloves if I'm touching really hot stuff. So I'll show you the gloves later on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take half of these chicken wings and I'm going to put them in this metal thing, and then the ones that are on the grill are going to start to be flavored. So these are done. These are obviously done, which is what I want. Now, so I'm going to put two sauces on them because some of my friends like really hot wings and some of them like them more mild. So that seems to work the best. I think that's about the right number there. Okay. So these ones here are going to get this traditional hot sauce, which people put on wings. So what I do now is I just make a big pile of the wings, like this. Just put them all together like that. And then I start pouring the hot sauce on them. And then what happens is that, and then I just move them around. So lots of hot sauce on there. And then I keep moving it around. And And then what happens is they rub each other and they start to coat each other. And then I don't have to paint each one individually. It's a lot easier. And for this part, I start to turn down the heat, because we don't need a lot of heat now. These are cooked. They just have to be flavored. So now we stick some more on. And then you keep moving them around. What I'm doing now is I'm just shaking lots on here, and I just keep stirring them around and then recoating them. So I do this a lot until so the sauce sort of starts to almost dry on them a little bit, and it gives them a really tasty coating. But you need a lot of sauce, of this hot pepper sauce. With the other barbecue sauce, you don't need as much, but with this stuff you need lots. And then it gives it a nice tasty coating. And you notice by this point the wings are a lot smaller because all the fat has been cooked off of them, so they're much better now. And they're done, and you can see that the meat is almost falling off of the bone, and that's a sign that they're basically finished. So I'm going to do a couple more coats of this, a couple additional coats of this hot sauce on there, and then this batch will be ready to go. So these wings are now done, and they're nicely cooked. The meat is falling off of the bone, and they're just absolutely covered in sauce. So what I have to do now is I have to switch. So the ones here in this steel container, which aren't coated with sauce yet, they're going to go on the grill here. And then these ones which are done are going to go in the aluminum container. I like these aluminum containers because you can transport the wings easily if you have a party or somewhere like that, which is kind of nice. You just stick them right in there like that, and then they're ready to go. Then you can just heat them up in the oven, stick some tin foil over top and heat them up in the oven, and they're ready to go when your guests arrive. So you can prepare them a little time in advance. So here they're on one side of the tray. That's where the hot ones are going to be, and the other milder ones are going to be on the other side. So it's really very easy to transport it. And so now I have leather gloves on. Now I can reach onto this grill, and this aluminum isn't very hot for me. And I can just move it to the side here, and then I can keep working on the other ones. So what I also like to do is I like to wear safety glasses when I'm barbecuing, because it keeps the smoke out of your eyes, and because it's propane. If there's an explosion, you don't lose your eyes, which is always nice. And then always keep your hair from being burned, so keep it nicely tied back or whatever. And I like to wear wool because wool doesn't burn, which is nice too. Or it burns very slowly. It's hard to light it on fire. Plastic is a lot easier to light on fire. Okay, now we're going to move on to these ones. I took this other more mild barbecue sauce and I put it in this bowl. And then what I have here is I have a little silicone brush, and this time we do it a little differently. We sort of brush it on top like that. This sauce usually has lots of sugar in it, so it'll burn. So you have to put the barbecue on very low, and then you have to work fast. And then I also sort of move them around a little bit too, like. Go like that, just sort of move it around so that they all get coated. This is the real quick, efficient way to do it. It wastes some sauce, but it's in the interest of time. This is how we do it. Okay, just keep on pouring the sauce on like that. Just move them around a little bit. And then there you go. If you want to make sure that that they don't taste hot, you have to clean the grill first, but I don't really care in this case, so I just get them right over top of the burned up hot pepper sauce or aged pepper sauce. Look, and they're almost done. See how fast that is? It's actually very easy to do. And just when they're moved around, they sort of rub each other and they just sort of self-coat each other. Look at that. They look pretty good. I think my friends will like them. So these are now done, and I'm just going to put them in here along with the other wings. So these are on the left-hand side and the hot ones are on the right-hand side. So that should work really well. There, the wings are done, and now I just have to put foil over top of them and take them to my party, and be sure to clean off the bottom of this aluminum tray because it's on the greasy grill. Alright, enjoy your wings. Thanks for watching.